Welcome back to the Rory Talks Football channel, your daily Arsenal news, updates, reactions, debate. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. We're about 25 subscribers away from that 2,500 mark. Massively appreciate the support recently. Also, if you could drop a like on the video, that massively helps me out. Now, today we're talking about Timothy Castagne. It's come out this morning that he's been linked to Arsenal, so we'll talk about that. And also just a bit about where the priorities lie now. Obviously, we saw yesterday that Saliba is going to sign a new contract. What next on the list of priorities? So I want to get into that. But first of all, Castagne. It's come out from Sasha Tavolieri today. Not someone that I'm overly familiar with as a journalist, but apparently he is very reliable with Belgian players. He does specialise in Belgian football. And he has come out and he said that Arsenal are now going for Timothy Castagne. He's considered the number 2 target behind Ivan Freischneider for the right-back position. Arsenal started the talks with Leicester City in order to find a deal for the Diable Rouge. I don't even know what that means. He understands that things could develop quickly. Now, look, this isn't a deal that's going to blow your socks off. This isn't a Declan Rice or a Moises Caicedo. It's not exciting. But it is the sort of deal that we probably need to make. We know that certainly if we do go and get Rice and Caicedo, or Rice and another top-level midfielder, the budget for the rest of the positions we need isn't going to be massive. And so, look, Castagne, I mean, what do I think about him? It has vibes of Cedric. He's better than Cedric, but it has vibes of Cedric, and I'd never really want to have to go into a game with him at right back. I don't think he's anywhere near Ben White's level, that's for sure. But you're going to get him at a cut rate. Leicester have gone down. They've got to get rid of players like him. I think he's probably on quite a high wage, and his contract's until 2025. So I do think Leicester will be looking to offload him. And of all of the options available to us, this would be the cheapest one. And look, he is a reliable player. In the Premier League this season, he played 37 of the 38 games, and he played 95% of the minutes in those games. So very reliable. And he's good getting forward. He is good getting forward. I think he got 2 goals and 3 assists or something this season, which isn't bad. And that's what it is. That is ultimately what this deal would be. It would be a reliable Premier League proven player that could come in and, where necessary, cover for Ben White. Like I said, it's not going to blow your socks off. Personally, I'd probably rather Ivan Freischneider, although, if you're talking about next season specifically, you'd probably rather have Castagne in the squad than Freischneider, in terms of how long it will take Freischneider to develop and grow. You know, he's 18 years old. It's going to take him time to grow, and so next season, you'd probably rather rely on Castagne, but the only other options out there, really, we've looked at Cancelo, but you're talking 40 million. I don't think the budget is going to be there for that, and so it wouldn't surprise me at all to see this Castagne deal get wrapped up quite quickly. I think Leicester are keen to sell the players that they're going to sell rapidly, and I think Arsenal will look at it and, either we get things sorted quickly with Freischneider, where we're not the favourites, or we tie up Castagne quickly. But look, that's what it is. It's a deal that probably needs to happen. The right-back position isn't crucial for us. We've got White and Tomiyasu who can both play there. So, yeah, it's one of those. Obviously, I'll update you on it if there's any progress with it. But that's where we are with that. And that kind of leads me on to what are the priorities next. So, the biggest priority for me at the start of the summer was tying down William Saliba to a new contract. That is now done. The next thing is signing Declan Rice. He is the number 1 priority. You have to get that done. That is the next priority. The next thing I want to see Arsenal complete is signing Declan Rice. The next thing I want us to see do after that is signing Moises Caicedo. They are the 2 priorities. I think you do that and you're already, summer is an 8 out of 10. And you could do that within the first month of the window. But what are the priorities after you get those 2 done? Martin Odegaard contract is a priority, but I don't think it ranks that highly. Selling players is a priority, and obviously buying players in the other positions that we know we want to strengthen a little bit. So that's right back, centre back, and potentially someone more attacking. But for me, the next priority after Rice and Caicedo is sales. We have to start selling players. The size of our squad, once everyone comes back from loan, is so bloated, and it's bloated with players that are just not going to be good enough going forwards. Now, I'm going to make a video tomorrow. Tomorrow's video is literally going to be me going through the squad and basically keep, sell, or loan, what I would do with each of the players. So I'm not going to do that right now, but fundamentally, there's probably 10 to 15 players that that can't be at the club next season, whether that's because we've sold them or loaned them. We're talking 10 to 15 players. And the earlier we do that, the more of that money we can then put into buying more players, whether it's 35 million for Tierney that can go into a centre-back, whether it's, you know, Xhaka getting that 15 million done, which isn't going to happen until we've signed Declan Rice. We've got to start building a picture when we go on tour, ideally, of what the squad is going to look like towards the end of the window. And I mean, even got players like Pepe coming back. What do you do with that? There's rumours that we might just have to absolutely cut ties with Pepe, pay off his contract and let him go for free. I mean, it's an expensive way to do it, but I do think we have to really hack at the squad if we want to sort of refine the squad, bring in 4, 5, 6 players this window. They've got to have space. And so that is the priority after Rice and Caicedo for me, is selling players. After that, it's buying a centre-back. I actually think the right centre-back position is far more important than the right-back position. Like, we do have White and Tomiyasu that can play at right-back. A third right-back option would be great, but I mean, I look at it now. If we sell Tavares and Tierney, which I'm expecting us to do, I'd almost argue left-back is also more of a priority, especially with how often Zinchenko gets injured. So certainly I think coming in and buying at least one defender is a massive priority. Then you're looking at sales, and then you can start looking at the likes of Martin Odegaard's contract. But I mean, I've been, you know, some of you in the comments, and I respect the opinion, said, you know, next up we have to get Odegaard. Odegaard's contract is until 2025 and has a year beyond that. So he's tied down until 2026, effectively. So whilst it is a priority, it's not the number one thing. So I think for us right now, you're looking at all of the contracts, the big contracts, all of them done. So that is massive before the start of the window. Massive credit to Edu and Richard Garlick for doing that. The next up is Rice, Caicedo, then sales. I mean, really, you want to start sales now, but as soon as you can get as many of them out the door as possible, that's fantastic. Then you're looking at bringing players in, and then you're looking at a few more contracts. Obviously, Reece Nelson, news from Fabrizio Romano this morning, Reece Nelson has signed the thing. It's just not been announced yet, so that is done and dusted. But there you go. Let me know, what would your priorities be? Would you agree with that is kind of the order of priorities? Let me know if you want to add anything into the video tomorrow that is going to be the keep, sell, loan of all of the squad players. And other than that, have a fantastic Sunday. Please do subscribe, get me to that 2,500 mark, and I will catch you all tomorrow.